Hey guys, it's Saga, and here is my full review of the Realme 8 Pro after using it for over 2 months. Now, in a very short time, Realme has covered a lot of ground and they came up to be one of the leading smartphone brands in India. They did this by giving a very tough competition to its main rival Redmi and by launching amazing smartphones at a similar or sometimes even at a lower price point. But is the Realme 8 Pro taking the same approach? Let's find out. Realme launched this phone in just two variants. The 6GB RAM and 128GB storage variant was launched at 17,999 rupees, and the 8GB variant also comes with the same 128GB of internal storage, and it is available at 19,999 rupees. It is so nice to see Realme making 128GB as the base storage variant, and this makes the 6GB variant better value for money option for most people. Realme also made this phone available in open sale right from the day one, which is a huge convenience. Only the people who have tried getting a phone in flash sales would understand how big of a deal this is. So big thumbs up to Realme for that. I have average size hands, so I don't really like big or bulky phones. Thankfully, Realme 8 Pro comes with a 6.4-inch display, which makes the overall form factor a bit compact compared to the other phones in its price range. It is even narrower, shorter and much lighter than the Redmi Note 10 Pro, which I really like. It fits comfortably in my hands, and it is narrow enough so with a bit of practice, I managed to use it with just one hand. Realme continues to use plastic for the frame and back of their phones in this price range. While I love frosted matte glass back, I really don't mind using phones with plastic backs. I actually prefer plastic back over glossy glass back. Having a plastic glass back also reduces the risk of breaking the glass on your phone by half. Front of the phone obviously gets glass protection, but it is unclear which version of Gorilla Glass it is, or Realme doesn't even mention that if it is Gorilla Glass or not. Thanks to the sandstone type rough texture to the back, you get a very good grip on the phone, and it also helps hide the fingerprints and smudges really well. Now this finish tries to mimic the frosted matte glass back, and in all fairness, it doesn't look or feel bad. But it just doesn't feel nearly as premium as a glass back. But using plastic instead of glass makes this phone feel considerably lighter. The frame, as I mentioned before, is also made of plastic. I'm not against plastic frames, but for some reason, this one doesn't feel very comfortable in my hands. Maybe because I am used to rounded frames, or maybe because there is a very small portion for us to hold on to on either sides. Now this of course won't matter if you are using a case with this phone. But because it gets a plastic back and the phone is so light and manageable with just one hand, I was hoping to use it without a case. But just to get more grip, I had to use it with a case this whole time. I feel the overall design of the Realme 8 Pro, especially this squarish camera module, makes it look smart. But I am just not a fan of this bold dare to leave text on its back. I don't know what you guys feel about it, or why does Realme do this, but I like the back of my phone to look clean and minimalistic. Ports wise, you get a 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom, and it supports high-res audio. So if you have a decent or good sounding pair of earphones, you will enjoy the audio via this port. There is a single speaker placed at the bottom. This was a bit surprising because the Realme 7 Pro came with a pair of stereo speakers. This single speaker can also get loud enough, but it is still a single speaker. It also sounds a bit hollow at higher volumes, and the sound is not as rich as you might expect. And since the back of this phone is made of plastic, if you have the phone in your hands, you can feel the back vibrate at higher volumes. So I'm not very impressed with the speaker on this phone. I prefer to use wired or wireless earphones while playing games or streaming media, so this wasn't a big issue for me, but I still mentioned it because I got a few questions about it in my unboxing video. The SIM tray is on the left side and it can hold 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card at the same time. Recently while swapping SIM cards, I noticed that there is no rubbering or gasket around the SIM tray. That gasket prevents dust, water or any kind of moisture from entering the phone, and it is not present on the Realme 8 Pro. This phone does not get any kind of water, dust or splash resistance rating. So be very careful and keep the phone protected whenever you are around water or in rain. If you liked this video so far, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. At the front, there is a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels. The peak brightness rating for this display is 1000 nits. The bezels on the side and at the top are pretty thin, but the bottom bezel on this phone is very thick, at least according to today's standards. This is not a big issue, but it seems like Realme could have worked a bit harder on reducing the size and weight of this phone even more. As I said before, we don't know if the display gets Gorilla Glass protection or not. The Super AMOLED panel on this phone is one of the nice ones. Colors are vivid and punchy, blacks are deep, and viewing angles are also pretty good. Brightness is enough for any indoor lighting conditions, but you will definitely face some issues if you are using this phone under bright sunlight. A major downside of this display is that it gets a regular 60Hz refresh rate and 120Hz touch sampling rate. Now personally, I don't feel this is as big of a deal as most people are making it to be. But Redmi is providing 120Hz refresh rate on their Note 10 Pro and Note 10 Pro Max, and this Realme 8 Pro was launched after those phones, so everyone kind of expected it to come with a higher refresh rate to compete with those phones. Other than that, it gets wideband L1 certification, so you can view HD content on streaming platforms like Amazon and Netflix. And it also gets DC dimming option in the settings. There is also an always on display option, but you can't customize this screen at all. And again, just like on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, it doesn't always stay on. It comes up when you tap or move the phone and stays on for 10 seconds. I'm not sure what is up with the HDR capabilities of this phone, because it was able to play HDR videos on YouTube, but on Netflix and Amazon Prime, HDR10 was not available. So if or not it can play the HDR10 videos might be an app specific thing. If anyone has more information about this, please let us know in the comments. Since this is an AMOLED panel, Realme went with an in-display fingerprint sensor. Many people like it, and I admit it looks more modern and futuristic, but I still prefer the physical fingerprint sensor on any phone because right now it is much faster and accurate. This one is not as fast, but it does seem to be more accurate than the in-display sensor on other phones in this price range, or even the other ones in the previous Realme phones, which is nice. Unless you have sweat or moisture on your fingers, it will unlock your phone without any issues. While unlocking this phone, you get a taste of the vibration motor on it, and it is just okay-ish in my opinion. There are a few vibrations throughout the user interface, but it feels like the whole phone is vibrating in a cheap way. These are not small tiny localized haptics, these are actual vibrations which don't feel very premium. This phone is powered by the Snapdragon 720G processor. And yes, it is the same processor that Realme has been using on the previous two generations of this phone. It is coupled with Adreno 618 GPU, 6 or 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage. Realme could have gone with the 730G or 732G processor, but honestly, all of these are same processors with just a few parameters changed. And other than the difference in their benchmark scores, actual difference in real life is much smaller. And since Realme has been using this processor for some time, they know very well how to optimize it. Speaking of optimization, the overall performance of this phone is very smooth. It can run most of the apps that you can throw at it. It might struggle a bit while playing heavy games on high settings, but on moderate settings, it can run them very well. I have heard a few people say that this phone runs cool no matter what, but with moderate or long gaming sessions, it gets just as warm as the Redmi Note 10 Pro. That being said, none of them overheat or anything like that, but they do get slightly warm towards the top part, and this is absolutely normal. This phone is running Realme UI 2.0, which is built on top of Android 11. I like the skin of Android, and it is very similar to ColorOS. Animations are smooth, there are a lot of features, and you get ton of customization options with Realme UI 2.0. The skin of Android seems much more optimized when compared to MIUI 12 or MIUI 12.5, but it doesn't come without faults. You do get ads in the form of clickbait notifications. You can disable them by going deep into settings. Other than this, I feel pretty comfortable with this user interface. Realme is known for not being very good with software updates, so this might be an issue if you plan on getting and using this phone for a long time. You get Google Dialer, so there is call recording option. There is also carrier aggregation, so you get good download speeds, and cellular reception also seems to be stable and strong with my Jio SIM at least. The battery on this phone easily lasts an entire day, and it gives me a screen on time of 6 to 6.5 hours. I would call this to be an average battery life. Don't get me wrong, although the battery lasts one full day, this is on 60Hz refresh rate and the display is AMOLED, so the backup should have been much better. And this was just with one SIM card, and the phone was mostly connected to Wi-Fi throughout the day. When it is time to charge it up, it comes with a 65W charger just like the Realme 7 Pro, but the maximum charging speed for some reason is capped at 50W, which can still make it go from 0 to 100 in well under an hour. So while the charging speed is faster than the competition, it is still a step down from the Realme 7 Pro. The main camera is a step up from the Realme 7 Pro. 8 Pro comes with a 108MP Samsung HM2 sensor as its main camera. Other three cameras include 8MP ultra-wide lens, 2MP macro lens, and another 2MP black and white sensor. Now, I have made a very detailed review of all the cameras on this phone. So if you want to see a lot of image and video samples from all these cameras and to know more about them, I suggest you guys definitely check that video out. I will leave a card to it on the top right corner of your screen and also link it in the description section. The gist of that video is, Realme 8 Pro has got a very good set of cameras for its price. It can take good images in almost all lighting conditions. It needs a bit of refinement via software updates, especially while shooting portrait shots. Wide and macro cameras are average and not the best or most detailed ones. Videos turn out to be good from the main camera, but the selfie camera needs a bit of work as it captures very soft images. So overall, the camera's performance is good for most average users. I won't call these the best cameras in this price range. That definitely goes to the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and even the Redmi Note 10 Pro. I also have a video comparing the cameras on this phone with the ones on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. You can check that one out to gain more insights on their cameras. Now the Realme 8 Pro is a very good phone, but it doesn't really stand out in any specific way. Realme did not seem very serious while making this phone. If you have the Realme 7 Pro, you don't even have to think about upgrading to this phone. In many ways, this one is a downgrade compared to it. It does get the updated camera compared to the Realme 7 Pro, but the processor is the same, battery is the same, charging speed is slower, and it comes with a single speaker. So as you can see, it is not worth the upgrade for you. Now this phone might not have seemed so average if Redmi had not hit a home run with their Redmi Note 10 Pro and the Note 10 Pro Max. Realme did right there to leave behind this phone, but they themselves don't seem to have taken any huge leaps with this phone. So while this is a very good phone, I won't recommend you guys getting this one over the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max or even the Redmi Note 10 Pro for that matter. You should only go for this phone if you're a hardcore Realme fan, or if you're too clumsy and you absolutely need a phone with a plastic back, or if you're used to a super fast charging speed and you just can't live without it. For anyone else, I would ask you to look at other phones in this price range. I'm not against Realme or anything like that. In fact, I'd really like the size and weight of this phone and the fact that I can manage it with just one hand. And I'm also a huge fan of their charging speed. But leaving these things, the Redmi Note 10 Pro series provides a better value for your hard-earned money. This has been what I feel about the Realme 8 Pro. What do you guys think about it, and would you choose it over the Redmi Note 10 Pro or the Note 10 Pro Max? Let me know in the comments. If you do decide to get this phone, I will really appreciate if you get it from the affiliate links in the description section. That is it for this video guys. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.